Hey, AVNI.
Yes?
Set a timer for 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. AVNI? Oh my god. Great. This is AVNI, my AI visual/voice navigation interface. And this is Tia, who has remade it 3 times since November of 2025. While I've remade it 3 times already, I am nowhere close to done. First time I made it on a Raspberry Pi, and I realized I was like in way over my head. Too complicated, too many new things I wanted to add, and it would just be much easier if I did it on my PC that I already use every day. I then tried to make it using PyQt and having to hard code every single piece of graphics, and it was really hard, and I was like, that is totally unnecessary, because I switched to my 3rd redo on Godot. Godot is a game development engine that generally just made it so much easier. It's so user-friendly, and it's just easy to work with, and I needed some Python scripts, so I just used a thing called TCP servers to connect a Python script to my Godot app. I'll talk more about that later. While I've got a good amount of it working right now, I've still got my fair share of bugs and features I still need to implement. However, at CodeTia, we always say, if it works at least 2 times, it's probably fine. Today, I'm just going to be going over how the voice bot actually works. So there's a bunch of different steps that go into it. First of all, you have your input. Your input is an audio file that's streaming from your microphone. It will be constantly on, and you will constantly getting data from it. The next thing we have to do is actually figure out when we are talking to AVNI. That's something called wake words. So wake word detection can happen in multiple ways. There's a bunch of AI models that are pre-made with actual words that are in dictionaries, but since AVNI is not really a word, I'm probably gonna have to train something on my own. And there's a lot of ways to do that, but currently I'm just using the very basic thing of a if statement to check if the word of or ni, as in your literal ni, is in the sentence. The next thing we want to do is figure out what the person who's talking to the AI is actually wanting to do. Like, what am I saying to it? Like, do I want to set a timer? Do I want to set an alarm? Do I want to like open up YouTube? Stuff like that. And that is called intent recognition, recognizing your intent. And there's many ways to do this. Like, there are many AIs that exist for this purpose. For example, I think it's Cheetah on Pico Voice. But you can also really just use ChatGPT, like plug it into a ChatGPT API and just get like ChatGPT's like expertise on this matter. However, currently I've decided not to overcomplicate it yet, and I'm just using a really long line of if-else statements to determine what it wants to do based on what's in the command. Which probably isn't really good and is why it's not very accurate right now, but obviously I'm gonna fix it in the future. Right now I'm just focusing on getting a MVP. The last big thing is that I'm gonna be making this TV touchscreen. It's gonna be so cool. I have a whiteboard app on this currently, but you can't really use that because, you know, you can't really draw with the TV. But there's a lot of things that you can do to make it touchscreen, and one of the easiest things is something that a lot of people use but they don't realize. You know, like in big public spaces, there's these like big screens where you like click things like information places in malls or in airports. While some of them may be touchscreen, the more likely option is that it's an infrared touch receiver. Basically how that works is there's a frame that you put around your screen, and then you're able to detect touch. I'll give you an example. It can be any surface. It doesn't even have to be an actual screen. You put a frame around it, and an infrared touch receiver is going to be sending lines of light everywhere. The second that your finger interrupts that line, it detects that you have touched there and sends that to your computer. It's really cool. And that's what I'll be hoping to implement once I have everything else done and can show my parents that it's worth the investment. That's pretty much all for now. I'm having a lot of fun. This is the most complex thing I've ever worked on. Like, it's genuinely so amazing. I started this because, like, I was just sitting in my room one day and I was like so bored, and I saw a bunch of YouTubers making really cool things out of nowhere. I was like, how do you get the knowledge to do that? And I was like, can I do that? yeah, you can do it. If you are working on something right now, or you want to work on something right now and you haven't been doing it because you're like, oh, I don't know how to do it, I'm not good enough, I don't know everything, just do it. Do you think I've ever done anything like this before? No, I make games occasionally. Okay, yeah, I make games a lot. I've been making games for like 7 years. But like, I've never done anything like this before, and all you need to do is like pick up your laptop, get on the internet, search it up, get on YouTube. Everything I know is taught for me by YouTube. And yeah, just do it. It's like so cool. Like, you can do anything you put your mind to, and that's what I realized with this project, and I'm genuinely having so much fun, and I hope to share more of this with you guys later on. So thank you for watching. Bye.